Well, shalom again to all of the precious people of the Most High Yah out there in this great big world that I call social media. This is your brother Dana coming to you from Chicago. I just did a video a little earlier this evening, and I jumped in the shower and got out of the shower, and again, just talking with the Most High Yah. This word dropped into my spirit. Word or what I want to talk to you about. And I have to confess this. You haven't heard from me for a while, and at some point, I was getting, anxious about that, thinking, okay, Father, they say it's good to, stay in front, and, I'm, coming up with some things to talk to you about. And then at one point I had to stop and be like, now wait a minute. Have I been called by the Most High Yah to bring word from Him when I feel He's putting something in my heart and in my spirit? Or am I to build a following? And I had to recognize that this pride or this creating a following or making sure I keep them entertained, even though I consciously wasn't thinking of it that way. But it was rising up. And I said, Father, Most High Yah, forgive me for even allowing this and the motive behind doing some of these videos to kind of raise its head a little bit. Because that's definitely not what I've been told to do, nor what I desire to do. And so I let it go. And now here a few days later, He had me share, and then to just really share this. And I titled it, What Kept Me? What Keeps You? Could also be said. And I'm going to say religion. And I define religion as any religion or organization or organized group of individuals that keeps you and I from this. And the this that I am talking about that we must do is what was done and what Jacob chose to do in the Old Testament. Jacob said, that night Jacob got up and he looked and took his 2 wives, his 2 female servants, and his 11 sons and crossed the ford of the Jabbok. After he had sent them across the stream, he sent over all his possessions. So Jacob was left alone, no possessions, no nothing. And Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him until daybreak. And when the man saw that he could not overpower him, he touched the socket of Jacob's hip, so that his hip was wrenched as he wrestled the man. Then the man said, let me go, for it is daybreak. But Jacob replied, I will not let you go unless you bless me. The man asked him, what is your name? Jacob, he answered. Then the man said, your name will no longer be Jacob, but Israel, because you have struggled with me, Yah, and with humans, and yet have overcome. Jacob said, please tell me your name. But he replied, why do you ask my name? Then he blessed him there. So Jacob called the place Peniel, saying, it is because I saw Yah face to face, and yet my life was spared. Jacob wrestled with Yah. And in that one-on-one wrestling, the word says that not only did Jacob come out blessed, but he came out with his name, his true identity, Israel. And today, his name is still amongst you, his chosen people. But he had to wrestle with the Most High Yah. He wrestled with Yah. He wrestled with Yah. Just like I had done in Christianity, which was described to me when Paul said, "And every tongue confess that Yeshua HaMashiach is Lord, to the glory of Yah the Father. Therefore, my beloved, just as you have always obeyed, not only in my presence, but now even more in my absence, continue to work out your salvation with fear and trembling, for it is Yah who works in you to will and to act on behalf of his good purpose." See, if I would have stayed with the religious organization of evangelical Christianity and not stepped out from them and under the commandments and the hypocrisy that they lived, and wrestled with the Most High Yah, wrestled with God as I did, if it wasn't for his goodness to allow me to still live, because when you wrestle with the Most High Yah, you see a lot of your garbage. You see your hurts and you see your pains, and then you see how you've manifested them instead of wrestling them out with the Most High Yah. And what kept me from doing this all those years was a religion. And so I believe, just as Jacob, your forefather, did, in finding and been given your identity, I believe that all of us, to truly find the Most High Yah, will need to do some wrestling. We'll need to do some working out of our own salvation. And in that process, I know for me, I haven't had the time to worry and to pick out anybody else's specs, because I'm still working on some planks of my own. Please do not let religion keep you from wrestling with the Most High Yah. Please do not allow religion to keep you personally to work and out your own salvation, so that you and I individually can hear the individual voice of the Most High Yah in telling us who we are, giving us that name to walk confidently in that identity that has been given to us by him. Judge no man's servant, other man's servant. Most High Yah, we say hallelujah to you.